BTS News. Incheon Airport wasn't crowded that day. There were no signs of the usual large fan gatherings, no screaming armies, no sea of cameras rising toward the sky as a familiar figure emerged behind the arrival or departure glass. Even the security officers, who were typically on high alert whenever BTS members appeared, seemed calm, as if nothing special was happening, as if no one realized that in just a few minutes, two of the brightest stars from South Korea would vanish without a trace. Jungkook and Taehyung crossed the departure gate in silence, without flashy escorts, leaving Korea behind under suspiciously quiet circumstances. It all started with a silence that felt unnatural. ARMY, known for their keen awareness of every BTS member's activity, noticed that for the past 48 hours, there had been no updates from Jungkook or Taehyung. No Instagram stories, no Weverse logins, not even blurry paparazzi shots that usually pop up from devoted fans who always manage to track their idols. Fan group chats started to flood with concern. Are they okay? Is this part of some secret promotion? Why is it so quiet? Then, that afternoon around 3:46 p.m. Korea Standard Time, an anonymous airport staff member tipped off a journalist, revealing that two very familiar figures had been seen entering the VIP International Terminal under unusual security. Just two bodyguards and one unmarked black car. The information spread like wildfire. But when reporters tried to reach the terminal, it was too late. The private jet parked on the tarmac had already taken off to an undisclosed location. There were no departure details on the airport information board. Passenger names were hidden. Even the system simply read, "Private charter, confidential manifest." What caused a stir wasn't just their departure, but the way they did it. No goodbye, no cryptic message, no hint. For ARMY, this was highly unusual. Jungkook, known for his spontaneous nature, would typically leave some kind of trace, even just an emoji on Weverse. Taehyung, who often shares aesthetic moments on Instagram, had suddenly vanished from the digital radar, as if they weren't just leaving a place, but the entire world they once knew. Media outlets began speculating. Was this part of a secret international project? A sudden overseas concert? Or was there something more personal, something they didn't want to share with the public? HYB, as always, remained silent. In a press release the following morning, the agency merely stated, "Artists' activities are proceeding according to pre-scheduled plans." A statement too cold, too formal, and only further fueled suspicions that something was being hidden. Some entertainment industry observers linked this quiet departure to BTS's rumored global move toward a different group format. Rumors of a secret subunit consisting of Jungkook and Taehyung resurfaced, especially after the two had been spotted spending more time together without the other members in recent months. In one of Taehyung's early July live streams, he quietly said, "Someone and I are preparing something. You'll be surprised." At the time, many guessed that the someone was Jungkook. But is that what they're working on now? Or is this deeper than just a music comeback? Another anonymous source claimed Taehyung was seen carrying two large suitcases and a guitar bag. Jungkook, on the other hand, only had a crossbody bag and wore a large black jacket that covered almost his entire face. Their movements were fast, almost rushed, and left no room for any other interpretation. They didn't want to be seen. They didn't want to be known. Fans began digging into every possibility. Some tried tracking the private jet they were believed to have boarded, but the flight details were masked. Others combed through past live streams, hunting for clues they may have missed. Still others believed the two left to take time for themselves, to heal from the pressure of an industry they had been part of with little rest. The biggest twist came when a Twitter user posted a blurry CCTV photo from a hotel hallway in Tokyo. Two hooded figures walked slowly, one holding an Instax camera and the other walking with their head down. Many fans were convinced it was Jungkook and Taehyung. But if they were truly in Japan, why all the secrecy? Meanwhile, on Weverse, ARMY began trending hashtags like hashtag where's Jungkook and hashtag Taehyung gone. Thousands of posts flooded the timeline, filled with worry, curiosity, and longing. A longing that struck hard, because a silent departure stings deeper than a planned goodbye. Even Jimin didn't stay silent. In a brief live broadcast that lasted only 3 minutes, he sat quietly in the Big Hit studio, eyes glistening. He didn't say a word. He only did one thing before turning off the camera. Placed two Polaroid photos in front of the lens. One showed him with Jungkook, the other with Taehyung. No caption, no voice, just a silence that cut deep. What exactly is happening? Is this a rebellion against a system that demands constant performance? Is it an escape? Or is there a deeper, more personal story they are carrying with them in their quiet departure? A week later, a mysterious song appeared on SoundCloud titled "Too Fast to Stay." No artist name, only a symbol, 2 dots and one straight line. But that voice, it was unmistakably Jungkook's. And the lyrics, they hit hard. Time waits for no one, not even us, too fast to stay. Too silent to say goodbye, we walk between shadows, not to hide, but to be real. In the song's comments, there was only one account that left a message. The username was a strange mix of emojis, artist palette crescent moon. The comment read, "We found the silence we needed." Speculation erupted again. Was this a confession that they're crafting something behind the silence? Or had they truly gone to rediscover themselves? Days passed with no further updates. No clarifications. No comeback teasers. No new airport photos. Only mystery lingering in the air. A song that kept replaying, and two names that remained on everyone's lips. Jungkook and Taehyung. They didn't leave with a bang. Not with the roar of a concert, but with a silence more profound than any sound. And the world could only wait. Wait for those two stars to return to, or perhaps, wait to understand the reason they disappeared on day 10 since Jungkook and Taehyung's departure. The skies over Seoul were gray, reflecting the mood of armies around the world. Weavers remained void of their presence. No emails from HYB. No official statements. Even their personal Instagram accounts stood still, unchanged since the day they left. All that remained were speculations, theories, and that one haunting SoundCloud song, "Too Fast to Stay," now streamed over 30 million times. Then, on one of the biggest BTS fan community forums, a new post suddenly went viral. A user named jcanvas92 claimed to have found a printed Instax photo left behind in a small coffee shop on the outskirts of Osaka, Japan. The photo showed two figures standing at the edge of a beach, both wearing oversized hoodies, facing each other. One was holding a camera, while the other clutched a small piece of paper that looked like song lyrics. On the back of the photo, handwritten in Korean, it read, "If the world is too loud, let us dance in silence. Once more, just the two of us." A tiny signature was seen at the bottom corner, a curved line and one dot. Army instantly recognized it. It was an old symbol Taehyung had once drawn in his 2019 artwork. He had said, "That line is me, the dot is him. We walk together, but we are different." Now, that symbol had returned, reappearing in a foreign place, left behind like a puzzle piece waiting to be found by the right person. And maybe, just maybe, they were crafting this story all along, not as an escape, but as art.